What's up, Raiders? Bionic here. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're talking about the ultimate free-to-play account. We are back on this account for the 150-day update. So in case you guys do not know about this account, we're roughly at 150 days, right? So he's been trying to complete the game, or at least get to Arbiter, without using any Ancient, Void, or Sacred Shards, which is amazing, right? And I also want to take 2 seconds before we dive into this account yet again to shout out to a couple other content creators who have undertaken similar challenges. Let's start with the first one, Hell Hades. Now, Hell Hades has a now free-to-play account, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't been following it at 100%, but like I think he is using shards, right? So it is a little bit different. But like the account that I'm showing you guys today was started roughly at the same time that Hell Hades started his free-to-play account. Okay, so it's going to be nice to somewhat compare this player's progress to, let's say, Hell Hades' progress. But again, the play styles are a little bit different. Okay, you got to understand that. The second one I want to quickly mention is the one that Hell Hades is referring to, Mr. MIA. Quickly, he was basically trying to do as many Arbiter missions in one day, okay? And I think he made it to something like 36 is what I understand from this right here. And I want to compare that to my original progress, okay? Because I think I'm one of the first few ones to go, sort of like into this game playing as advertised, free to play. And I wanted to see how far I could get. And this is my first 35 days last year. I completed the first 150 missions in roughly a month, right? But because of the arena issues that we've had in the past 2, almost 3 months, obviously free-to-play players, even regular players, were kind of halted, right? So there's a big gap in time compared to what they could have accomplished. So like, I'd love to try and determine if this is some kind of record, whether it be for my original account or this account or the other ultimate free-to-play account I also covered not too long ago, and I'll get back to that one. And finally, I also want to give a quick shout out to Jay Giggs because he is also doing a free-to-play series, okay? So guys, I'm really glad that the community is actually going about this game as, free-to-play. It's nice to see that other people have finally started to undertake this challenge. Anyway, all that being said, let's go on to this account, okay? So you saw this picture right here, okay? So it was mission about what, like a couple past 21 of 75 of the second part, and we're on 5 months, unfortunately. Remember, I was done this year in my first 35 days. That's how different the game was last year. But in the last 30 days, he's been able to complete 100 missions, right? And so you got to put that into perspective. You got to understand just how hard this is without using those shards, okay? So he's had to use a lot of the accessible champions only. He did get a couple champions here and there from like the fusion events and whatnot, but overall, this is an insane amount of progress in the last 30 days, okay? And I'd love for the other content creators who are currently doing free-to-play to try and compare to this progress right here, as this is the most current and relevant free-to-play progress we have, right? These new accounts. My account being so old now is hard to compare because, like I said, the game was very different last year. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at his champions, we're gonna look at the arena, we're gonna look at the clan boss, we're gonna look at the keeps, the whole thing, right? Let's start with the Great Hall. So he's finally been able to progress because remember, since he was not able to go get his silver medals, he wasn't able to get this up to 5. And now, in fact, he's in gold 3, and he's told me he's made it to gold 4, if I'm not mistaken. He has a pretty solid win to loss ratio. So obviously this has a lot to do with the bot accounts. But I mean, at this point, it's a feature of the game. I had it last year. I took advantage of it. I don't see why players this year could not do the same thing, okay? So let's go over the champions here real quick. What has he worked on? This is what I mean. Look at this roster here. And what you see is no game changers, no legendaries, right? This is literally just him using whatever is accessible in the game. Dark Cathel we get for free. Haikatoon you get for free. The Jizzo you get for free. Bulwark, he got a part of the fusion. Kreela or one before, I forget. But like, this is what I mean by it's still a free to play champion because he was able to get it through other means than the shards. He does open mystery shards. He can get some of these champions from the mystery shards, but overall, like for him to get a void rare, it shouldn't really be present on this roster, but he took advantage of those events. Okay, we got the War Maiden, the Grave Chill Killer, along with does he have the Frozen Banshee in here? Okay, no Frozen Banshee, unfortunately, not yet. This was not accessible to him. He has to wait until he gets lucky and gets it from a mystery shard. He did pull, I think he said, a Coffin Smasher, so that's excellent. That's decrease attack A1, which is pretty solid. Probably going to wait and try to max out these skills at one point. He does have a Kale, which he started with. He did pull an Ethel on top of that. Also got the Apothecary, using a Mother Superior, Shield Guard, Armiger, Perforator, interesting, okay, and then we've got what seems to be a little bit more food. Lordly Legionary, probably going to be used to some extent, but overall, you kind of see what I mean, okay? This is impressive for this roster. That's what we're trying to show today. Let's look at the vault here real quick. What kind of champions are sitting in here? Okay, we do have the Crimson Slayer. I think he was saying this is going to be really good for the Fire Knight. We'll look in a little bit. Ogryn Jailer in here. We've got Anointed, which he maybe used a little bit, and we've got Myrmidon, a Crusader, Sergeant, which is basically kind of like the same thing or very close. This is Dervish, and then we've got Zephyr Sniper with a stun set. Interesting. Okay, and then we've got the this is Outlander, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He's got the Dark Ethel. He does have the Horden as well, so he's got more champions he can use to his benefit, right? Okay, let's go over the faction wars because it's real quick. He's not obviously focusing on this. This is just extra, and it makes a lot of sense because his roster is so limited. There's no way he can push for this. So whatever little bit he can do, and I think he was saying like the Barbarian's Crypt and the Sacred Order was doing pretty well because there are a lot of champions accessible for this faction early on. Okay. As for the dungeons, I think he's told me he's actually doing pretty solid, close to level 15 for all the keeps, except perhaps the magic. I would have to double check, but like at this point, I'm thinking it's not too hard. And then let's look at the team that he's using for this. The Crimson Slayer is in here, okay? We've got the Apothecary, 2 of the starter champions, and then the Armiger. So again, very accessible to everybody. Let's look at the Minotaur. I assume he's probably running a full team, but 2 minutes. 2 minutes per run, and then probably just a random champion in there to get the masteries. That's pretty good as well. Ice Golem, where are we at? We're now at level 15. And in here we have the Coffin Smasher, which is really smart. Okay, that decreased attack on the boss will help tremendously. We've got the Armiger, Mother Superior for the survivability, sorry, along with Apothecary, War Maiden. Pretty good. We don't have any poisons, and this is probably slow, but like if it works, good, right? That's all we want. We just want this to work for the missions. Then we've got stage 13 for the Spider with the Dark Ethel. Maybe we can do this run at the end before I let you guys go. Let's check the rest here. Then we've got the Dragon. In the Dragon, we're at stage 17. I had shown this before. In the 4-month progress update, we had done a run of the Dragon, so you guys are welcome to go check that out. It seems it might have changed a little bit, maybe the Apothecary now, and the Dark Ethel is now in there, but like he's been able to progress all the way to stage 17. Again, guys, not using shards, you know what I mean? Only accessible champions, so it is doable, all right? And finally, let's look at the Fire Knight. Where is he at now? We're at stage 14. That's not too bad as well. We've got Dark Ethel in here again, the 2 starter champions, Armiger, and our Apothecary. In this case, he's putting the Dark Ethel in the lead. That works. Whatever works, right? Okay, next, let's look at the Arena. What's his current team? Where is he? Okay, middle of the way for Gold 4, and like I said, he has been able to come very close or like touch Gold 4 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the bot accounts obviously are a big aspect of this, and you can see like he's losing a lot of battles. It makes a lot of sense, but he's also winning pretty much all of them, okay? So if you're patient and you keep refreshing to get those bot accounts, this is doable. I did it last year. I'll keep saying it, okay? This is a feature, apparently. And in here, we've got the Haikatoon, we've got the War Maiden, the Kale, and we've got a Spirit Nuker. All 3 different types of nukers. This is pretty universal. I like this. We might not have the increased attack, but like if your these 2 champions are well built, it's usually enough to deal a good amount of damage, right? So again, this works, all accessible champions, and he's almost at gold 4, okay? If I did it last year with similar champions, he can definitely pull it off as well with basically, you know, this, we'll call it free-to-play team, okay? And then let's do the clan boss here real quick. I don't think he did a run today, but let's just look real quick. Okay, we had to claim this. That's all right. We're gonna hang on to this. Let's go in here. Okay, so we've got the bulwark, makes a lot of sense. We've got a defense aura, which is very hard to obtain in the beginning, and bulwark has one of these smaller versions, but like he's a great clan boss champion. I still use mine for Ultra Nightmare. Then we've got the apothecary, grave chill killer, decreased defense here, poisons, speed increase, and decreased attack. All rare champions. I don't exactly know how much damage he is dealing with this, but like from the looks of it, I think he had one of the better chests in here, right? And then he can do hard and normal. So slowly but surely, he's progressing here as well. It'll be interesting to see where he's going to be limited for the missions, but so far, just looking at what's coming up next, I don't see anything major that could stall him, unless they change the arena or the bot accounts kind of disappear, right? All of this right here, maybe the upgrading Great Hall bonuses to level 6, although he's in gold now. He's getting gold medals. He can definitely do it. So as long as he can keep this up, good to go, right? And then the rest, I mean, it looks good. I'm thinking, okay, maybe here, Demon Lord on a single difficulty, minimum difficulty normal. Yeah, this is easy. No, what am I saying? Reach gold 1 in classic. He's good. He's good all the way to the end of this part. The real challenge for this account will be the part 4, right? So I'm really eager to see how all that is going to work. So let me double check here real quick if I'm not missing anything. No, I think we're good. What we're gonna do real quick is go over these champions, the skills. Are they done? The masteries, only a little bit, right? You don't necessarily need maxed out masteries. Same thing with the Haikatune. The skills are not done on this one. The Jizzo, I know he's been using the Jizzo a lot, and it makes a lot of sense, man. Jizzo is a solid champion in the beginning. So you can see that all 3 epics literally don't have any skills done, okay? We're gonna look at his resources in a second. As for the bulwark, nothing done. We don't even have tier 6 mastery because it's not necessarily needed. As you saw with the missions, he doesn't need to get this because he's already progressing according to what the missions are sort of dictating for his progress of where he's at, right? So again, saving that energy to use elsewhere instead until it is needed. Imagine just getting the tier 6 mastery on all his 5 champions for clan boss. His damage is gonna go up tremendously, right? Then we have the Grave Chill Killer and Heal. No skills done either. Masteries are not completed. Oh, but we do have it on the Coffin Smasher. Interesting. Okay, so he went and completed that, and then he apparently got a couple dupes. Because I think he was telling me he didn't really use a whole lot of books so far, and we'll see that in a second, okay? In a toxic set, Coffin Smasher in a toxic set. Why not? That works. We've got Lifesteal on the Kale, probably his farmer at the same time, and then I think all of these skills are done. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, again, masteries not full. Athel, masteries not completed, no skills done. We've got the Apothecary. I think he's told me he had a couple dupes, or maybe he is putting books into this champion. Oops, sorry, let me go back in. Let me finish this Apothecary. Masteries are not done. Full speed ahead. A respectable amount of speed as well, right? 209, that's pretty solid. The Haikatune had 246. That's not bad. That's not bad. Again, guys, all 100% free to play, right? No shards used. It's doable, okay? You guys can clearly pull this off, right? And then we got Mother Superior here with no skills done, no masteries completed. The Shield Guard, all done, probably dupes, right? This is an uncommon, so it's really easy to get duplicates to pull this off. Then we've got the Armiger, all done in here, no masteries completed. And then this guy right here, Perforator, not sure what he's planning for this guy. But yeah, so now let's go over his resources real quick. I think what he's told me is that he's finally now saving brews. He has a somewhat complete roster for the dungeons, for the keeps for the clan boss and the arena. So he said that he can start stocking up on some resources to then try and use them at the right time, maybe finally try and get a fusion, okay? So this is 5 months into the game with, we'll say, what seems to be a 3-month roadblock, right? So just how quickly can you get to saving up resources to start doing the fusions? Last year for me, it was about 4 months before I got my first fusion fully. But remember, the fusions last year were a lot easier, okay? So I'd say you're looking at a 5 to 6 month of, you know, kind of just building a decent accessible roster, and then you can start thinking about doing the fusions, right? We've got our rank 4 chicken right here, and look at all these books. See what I mean? Like, he could easily max out the Dark Athel, the Haikatoon, the Jizzo, but like, this is just an added challenge on top. It is next level. So I would love to, you know, maybe get Plarium to let us know if this is some kind of record, or if there's a way that we could measure a free-to-play progress and then compare accounts to accounts. But again, it is very hard to do because of like the problem that we've had with the arena. Still, guys, I want to know what you guys think about all this right now, about this account, about all these free-to-play challenges. So again, shout out to Hell Hades. If he has the time to sort of compare his account to this ultimate free-to-play account, maybe to my original progress at the same time, that would be pretty amazing. I know J Gigs has been doing an account as well. I haven't really been following where he's at in the missions and the whole thing, but I know he's been using shards as well. So again, it's very hard to sort of estimate where we're all at, but I think it is very, very entertaining to see. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I did not do a run on the account today because we're going over time already, but if you guys do want to see some runs of certain dungeons or keeps on this account, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to make more content with this account, okay? But all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.